Hello, everyone. I'm James. Welcome back to Easy English for You. Before we start, I want to say thank you to our new member. Thank you, Kuo Ji Chiang 6543, for joining our membership. Your support means so much to me and to this channel. It helps us create more free content for everyone around the world. I'm truly grateful. Now, today, I want to share something special with you. Something that changed my life. And I believe it can change yours too. Now, let me teach you 3 English patterns. These patterns are very simple, but they are very powerful. You will hear them many times today, and by the end, you will know them by heart. Pattern number 1 is start by ing. This means you begin with something. For example, I start by opening my eyes, or I start by drinking water. It's very natural in English. Native speakers use this all the time. When you want to explain your first action, use start by ing. Do you understand? Let me give you another example. I start by saying thank you. See? Very simple. Pattern number 2 is remind myself that. This means you tell yourself something important. You say it to yourself. For example, I remind myself that I am strong, or I remind myself that today is a gift. Native speakers use this when they want to remember something positive. It's like talking to yourself with love. When you need encouragement, you can say, I remind myself that. This is a beautiful pattern. Pattern number 3 is instead of ing. This shows a choice. You don't do A, you do B. For example, instead of worrying, I smile. Or instead of rushing, I take my time. This pattern is perfect for showing change. When you want to show the difference between old habits and new habits, use instead of. Do you see how useful this is? Okay. Now you know the 3 patterns. Start by ing, remind myself that, instead of ing. Now, let me tell you why these patterns are perfect for today's topic. I want to talk about my morning routine with positive affirmations. Maybe you know what affirmations are. They are positive words you say to yourself. They are like gifts you give to your mind every day. Let me be honest with you. A few years ago, my mornings were terrible. Instead of waking up with joy, I woke up with stress. Instead of feeling grateful, I felt tired. Instead of smiling, I complained. Every morning was the same. My alarm rang, I opened my eyes, and immediately I grabbed my phone. I checked my messages, I checked my emails, I checked social media. Before I even got out of bed, my mind was already full of problems. Instead of starting my day with peace, I started with anxiety. Then I got up quickly. I rushed to the bathroom, I brushed my teeth fast, I looked in the mirror, and you know what I said to myself? You look tired. You have so much work today. This is going to be a hard day. Instead of encouraging myself, I criticized myself. I didn't eat a good breakfast. Instead of nourishing my body, I just drank coffee and rushed out the door. By the time I started my real work, I was already exhausted. My energy was gone. My motivation was 0. Maybe you feel the same way. Maybe your mornings are also stressful. Maybe you also wake up and immediately think about problems. If yes, I understand you, because I was exactly like that. But one day, something changed. I read a book about successful people, and I learned something important. The book said, How you start your morning decides how you live your day. That sentence hit me hard. I realized something. I was giving my best energy to stress. Instead of taking care of myself, I was taking care of problems first. So I decided to change. I decided to create a new morning routine. A routine with positive affirmations. And let me tell you, it changed everything. Let me show you my new morning routine step by step. And listen carefully. You will hear our 3 patterns many times. When my alarm rings, I don't grab my phone anymore. Instead of checking messages, I just breathe. I start by taking 3 deep breaths. Slowly in, slowly out. And while I breathe, I remind myself that I am alive. I remind myself that today is a new gift. This simple act calms my mind immediately. Then I start by opening my eyes slowly. I don't rush. I look at the ceiling, and I remind myself that I am grateful. I say out loud, "Thank you for this day." It sounds simple, right? But this moment changes everything. Instead of starting with stress, I start with gratitude. Next, I start by stretching my body while I'm still in bed. I stretch my arms. I stretch my legs. I move slowly. And I remind myself that my body is strong. I remind myself that I have energy for today. This wakes up my body gently. Instead of jumping out of bed, I honor my body first. Then I get up and start by walking to the window. I open the curtains. I look outside. I see the sky. And I remind myself that nature is beautiful. I remind myself that I am part of this world. Even if it's raining, even if it's cloudy, I find something beautiful. Instead of complaining about the weather, I appreciate what I see. After that, I start by going to the bathroom. I wash my face with cold water. And here is the most important part. I stand in front of the mirror. I look at myself. Instead of criticizing myself, I smile at myself. I remind myself that I am enough. I remind myself that I am capable. I say, "You are doing great." I say, "You are worthy of love." At first, this felt strange, talking to myself in the mirror. But now it's my favorite part of the morning. Then I start by sitting quietly for 5 minutes. I close my eyes. I just breathe and listen to my breath. Some people call this meditation. I just call it quiet time. And during this time, I remind myself that I am calm. I remind myself that I am centered. Instead of filling my mind with noise, I give it peace. After meditation, I start by doing some light exercise. Nothing crazy, just simple movements. I do 10 push-ups. I do some stretches. I move my body. And while I exercise, I remind myself that I am taking care of my health. I remind myself that small actions create big results. Instead of saying, "I don't have time," I make time for my body. Then I start by making a healthy breakfast. I don't rush this. I take my time.
I prepare fruit, eggs, and tea. And while I eat, I remind myself that I am nourishing my body. I remind myself that I deserve good things. Instead of eating junk food quickly, I eat real food slowly. This gives me real energy.
Finally, before I start my work, I start by writing 3 goals for the day. Just 3, not 20, not 50, just 3 important things. And I remind myself that I can accomplish these goals. I remind myself that I am focused and ready. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by everything, I feel clear about what matters. This is my morning routine, and let me tell you what happened after I started doing this every day. Instead of feeling tired all morning, I now feel energized. Instead of feeling stressed, I feel calm. Instead of criticizing myself, I encourage myself. My whole life changed. Not because I became a different person, but because I started treating myself with love and respect. I remind myself every morning that I am valuable. I remind myself that I deserve a good day. And here is the beautiful thing. When you start your morning this way, it affects your whole day. You become more patient with other people. You become more confident in your work. You become happier in general. Scientists say that the first hour of your day sets the tone for everything. If you start with stress, you carry stress all day. But if you start with peace and positive words, you carry peace all day. Your brain believes what you tell it. So why not tell it something good? Now, I want to ask you something. How do you start your morning? Do you start by grabbing your phone? Or do you start by taking care of yourself? Do you remind yourself that you are capable? Or do you remind yourself of all your problems? You have a choice. Every morning, you have a choice. Instead of continuing old habits, you can create new ones. Instead of being hard on yourself, you can be kind to yourself. I'm not saying you have to do exactly what I do. Maybe you don't have time for a long routine. That's okay. Start small. Start by doing just one thing differently. Start by saying one positive thing to yourself. Remind yourself that you are doing your best. That's enough to begin. The 3 patterns we learned today are powerful tools. Use start by ing to explain your first steps. Use remind myself that to give yourself positive messages. Use instead of ing to show your new choices. These patterns will help you speak English better, but more importantly, they will help you think more positively. Language and mindset go together. When you speak positive words, you create a positive life. So here is my challenge for you. Tomorrow morning, try something new. Start by taking 3 deep breaths before you get out of bed. Remind yourself that today is a gift. Instead of checking your phone first, check in with yourself first. Do this for 1 week, just 1 week, and see what happens. I promise you will feel different. Your mornings will become your favorite time of day. Remember, you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to change everything at once. Small steps create big changes. Start by being kind to yourself. Remind yourself that you are enough. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment, start now. I believe in you. I know you can do this, because if I can change my mornings, you can too. We're all learning together. We're all growing together. Thank you so much for watching today. If this message helped you, please hit the like button. It really helps this channel grow. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. We have many more videos like this coming soon. Also, if you want to go deeper, consider joining our membership. You will get a PDF file with all today's key points. You will get extra practice materials, and you will support this channel to keep creating free content for everyone. Before I go, let me remind you one more time. Your morning is your foundation. Start it well, and everything else will follow. Use these 3 patterns every day. Start by choosing positivity. Remind yourself that you are capable. Instead of old habits, create new ones. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep going and keep growing.